Welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristin Hildabrand, and visiting with us today is Jared Weaver. He is with the City of Bowling Green with their Parks Forester. We've got a lot of things going on for spring, and one of those is the Arbor Day event. And I think that it's just really nice, when spring gets here, that we can get outside and, plant trees to improve our landscapes. Can you kind of educate us a little bit about Arbor Day and maybe when it got started?
Sure. The first Arbor Day was in 1872. J. Sterling Morton, he lived in Nebraska, and they didn't have a whole lot of trees out there. He moved from the east, and he decided to help the environment out there by planting trees that reduced the wind and slowed down soil erosion, all kinds of great things that trees do for us. So the first one was in 1872 by J. Sterling Morton in Nebraska.
That's interesting. And trees are very different in the fact that they can provide different benefits for different landscapes. And like you said, maybe noise reduction may be it, or to the beautification of the beauty of those trees, depending on the season that it's in. But you all have a lot of different species of trees that you all will be giving away for Arbor Day. Is that right?
That's right. We try to pick trees for every landscape, so everyone will have something that will fit in their landscape. We've got 5 different trees this year. We've got wild plum, loblolly pine, bald cypress, cherry bark oak, and black gum. So it should be something for everybody. The wild plum is a smaller flowering tree. Loblolly pine's a larger evergreen tree. The cherry bark oak and black gum are medium to slightly larger size shade trees. So we should have something that just about everybody could find a place for in their landscape.
Yes, and I know that also, like after they pick up tree species, it's really important to kind of look around your landscape for the perfect placement of those trees. So we want it to be successful. What are some things that you kind of advise homeowners to look for?
First thing we advise is to look up and look down. Look up and see if there's any overhead utilities that your trees might be in conflict with in the future. Plan for the future of your trees. We hope these trees will be here long after us. Trees can live a long time, longer than we do as humans. But also call 811, have the underground utilities marked, and make sure you're not going to have any unfortunate accidents and dig into utility lines that can be very dangerous and expensive to repair. But yeah, make sure the right tree for the right place is the phrase that we like to say. But make sure that it's the right place for that tree in the long term. Make sure the soil is appropriate for your tree, the moisture that's going to be there is appropriate, and make sure it's got room to grow. We want those trees to grow large for us. They're an investment in our future, and we want to plan for that future.
Yes, so you brought up a good point, Jared, about the soil. So whenever people go to plant these trees based on right tree, right place in the landscape, what typically do you advise as far as like digging the planting hole? Do you recommend anything to be added or natural soil?
We usually don't add anything to our soil unless it's very, very poor quality soil. But you guys can help out with that by doing a soil test for people. They can bring their soil here and have you guys run a sample on that, and that can help them determine what can grow in that soil and do well there. But most of the time we don't like to add too many amendments to the soil because trees, we want them to grow their roots very wide and out, and if you put a really good soil very close to that tree, it tends to stay right there and it doesn't get out into the landscape.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. And, with all of these good, interesting things that you've had mentioned about trees, about placement and all the tree species, you all have an Arbor Day event where people can actually come and pick up these trees.
We sure do. Every year we have an Arbor Day event, and this is our 32nd year, I believe. Saturday, April 25th. The opening ceremony is at 9. We'll be there until noon. We've got 1,000 trees to hand out. And we encourage people to come out and get free trees. We've got all kinds of activities for kids, all kinds of great information. Cool things to give away, like this water bottle here that's Western's colors this year. So we've got all kinds of things for people to take home, information about how to care for your trees, not just the trees that we're giving away, but your existing trees, because if you've already got trees, we want to take care of them and maintain those to provide all these great benefits for us.
Oh, absolutely. And is there a cost to this event, or is it free?
Everything is absolutely free. The trees are free, the giveaways are free, the games are free. We just want people to come out and learn more about trees and take that knowledge home and take care of their trees.
That's right. That's right. We want to keep those trees around forever. Now, do you care to give us the dates and the times and the location again?
Sure. It is Saturday, April 25th. From 9 to noon.
9 to noon, and that's going to be held at?
Kereiakes Park. And in the event of rain, we'll still have an event. We'll hand out trees, and we'll have a drive-through event if it's really pouring down the rain.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.